Welcome again, everyone, to Mortgage Up with Ken, where we help buyers, sellers, and investors navigate the real estate landscape with ease.
Awesome. So today we are breaking down the entire home buying process step by step. So if you're thinking about buying a home here in the Low Country, this episode will walk you through everything you need to know.
Absolutely. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, you are relocating to the country, or you are an investor looking to purchase a home, knowing the process is very helpful. So today we're going to talk about that. So to alleviate the stress you have to go through to purchase your investment property or your first home, or especially when you're relocating from another state.
All right, so Kat, so help us out. Most people will start by looking at homes online. Is that the right first step, do you think?
You know, every that it's very common because
Yeah.
we all have access to laptop, um, cell phone, we have everything
Mm-hmm.
at our fingertip.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing you need to do is have a strategy, build a strategy.
That's right.
So set up an appointment to make sure that you know where to start. Just and the first thing you have to know your timeline. When you're gonna move, when do you wanna move? You need to understand your budget.
Correct.
And
Correct.
you need to have in mind your goals. Without those, whether you see 20,000
Yeah.
homes
Yeah.
online,
Yeah.
it's not going to help you because at the end of the day, you have to have a plan in order
Correct.
for you to go to move forward.
Exactly. So that budget needs to be at the top of that list, honestly. So what kind of goals should buyers be thinking about?
Okay. One of the things you need to look at how you want to stay in the home. Okay.
Mm,
How comfortable you want that home to be.
right.
The area that fits your needs. Whether you're a parent with children that need to be in a good school district,
That's
or
right.
you don't have children, you don't need a school district. That's very important. Or whether it's going to be a long-term investment that
That's
you may
right.
be there for 20, 30 years or 7 to 8 years. That's very important to make sure you have that in mind.
That's right. I completely agree. So this step just kind of really sets the foundation, if you will, right?
Yes, so it's prevent people from falling outside of the home that they wanted to buy or the comfort. Let's say,
Mm,
for example, you wanted to be in DD school because you want your children to go to Somerville High School,
right.
and then you buying in Canberra High area. Though, so even if you love that home, the
That's
fact
right.
that you're gonna have to move your child or children from Somerville High School to
Yes.
Canberra, which you didn't want to,
That's right.
that can create a problem.
Absolutely. So anything buyers should be doing financially before getting pre-approved? How do they get prepped?
Absolutely. The first thing they need to check their credit.
Okay.
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 Need to avoid big purchases. Don't
Yeah.
buy anything big.
Yeah.
And you need a stable income.
Okay.
Do not make a significant move during the process. You don't leave your job, and if you choose to change, make sure it's the same line of work, and then you're getting paid equal or more than what you've been making.
There you go. So don't buy a boat or yacht before buying a house.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do buyers need perfect credit? Because I think a lot of folks feel like they do.
No, no. Many programs allow buyer to buy homes with five credit score 580. Some of them even lower
Oh,
than that.
well,
No, you do not need perfect credit. The key is understand the options that you have available for your situation.
okay. Let's circle back around to the pre-approval. So why is that so important?
So it's important to get pre-approved because before you start shopping because it tells you what you qualify for.
Okay.
It gives you an idea of your estimated payments, what you're going to be
Mm,
paying every month.
mm-hmm.
It tells you the buying range, whether you qualify for 507, whatever the amount based on your income. And also, when you start looking as a pre-approved buyer,
Mm-hmm.
that's strengthening your offer. To
That's
tell
right.
somebody you have an approved buyer, that basically tell them, hey, it's like you have cash in your pocket.
That's right. That's right. So it can actually help with the negotiations process, right? Okay.
Absolutely. Solicited approved buyer way seriously than somebody that has yet to study process.
Sounds good so far. So once pre-approved, buyers start looking. What should they keep in mind then?
Location, look at the conditions,
Mm,
and also resale potential. It's very important. Yesterday, I had a conversation with one of my clients that wanted to buy a house, and that house in Monk's Corner, great location.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's a 950 square feet house.
Oh, not gonna work.
You have to look at the long-term value potential. If you buy 950 square foot house, a two-bedroom, one bath, that's pretty small.
That's
you're
it.
gonna have a hard time
Selling.
reselling that home. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay. So should buyers compromise, or better yet, when should buyers compromise?
Well, must buy compromises something. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a difference between must have
Yes.
and nice to have.
Wish
Okay.
list.
So usually I always tell people pick the things that if you don't have, you will not live without
That's it.
in the
That's
home.
it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then make a list of different things.
Mhm.
If you had them, that would be nice, but if you don't have them, you'll be fine.
Not a deal breaker.
And exactly, that's very important.
Okay. So once you find the right home, what happens next?
You prepare the offer.
Okay.
Okay, and you have your closing timelines. We go through conditions. You make your earnest deposit, and get possible set of concession. Especially with this market now, you have a lot of sellers giving closing costs and different concession to have people purchase their home.
They're more willing to negotiate now than
Absolutely.
before. Okay. So it's more than just the price, then. There are other things to consider.
Yes, terms can make an offer stronger even if it's not the highest.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That all sounds good. So what happens after the offer is accepted? Walk us through that.
The first thing is the inspection.
Okay.
Okay. While it is not something that you have to do, okay, it is very necessary. I want to tell people have an inspection done. Your realtor will hire a licensed inspector to review the property condition, look at everything, and advise you based on their findings.
That's right. We don't want any surprises down the road. Right?
Absolutely.
hmm Can buyers negotiate again after inspections are done?
Yes, that's why you take what we call due diligence. You have time to negotiate because if you find that you have more things to fix in that home than expected,
Yes.
you're gonna negotiate on price or negotiate for them to fix it. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
So know what you can and cannot ask for, right? Cute.
absolutely yes.
Awesome. So what is an appraisal?
So an appraiser, it's different form of inspection that
Mm.
confirm the value of their home.
Okay.
And usually it is very important when you look at the appraisal, it has to come at or
Mm.
above the contract value.
Okay.
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 If the appraisal comes lower than the value,
Down to the house.
you have a problem. We have to get
Okay.
patience.
Right.
It's either they sell a lower the price to the appraised value,
Okay.
or you accept to bring the difference to the closing table,
Okay.
or you just walk away.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm hoping in this market most sellers are willing to negotiate because they want the outside.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So what should buyers avoid then during this next stage after the appraisal?
Wow. The first thing, avoid to allow anybody to pull your way.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Do not change job in the process, and
Yeah.
do not make any deposit that is more than 1% of the loan amount.
Ah.
It's large deposit. They call it large deposits. It's very important. Every type of loan has different guidelines, but we need to be very careful. It's very tricky. Sometimes people keep money under the mattress at home,
Right.
and they can't just go to the bank and put it in the bank account. No, they will ask you where
Where-
money came from. We have to explain that.
Okay. All very good stuff for us to know. So stability is key.
Absolutely, you
Yeah.
need stability, whether the
Yeah.
job,
Yeah.
income. That's very important.
Okay. All right. This is the most exciting part for most people. So what happens on closing day?
Well, in closing day, you sign the document. If you're buying cash, you transfer your money to the attorney and then you close. But if you're getting a loan, that's when you sign the final documents and fund transfer and receive the key.
Okay.
So I would say buyers don't see probably 60% of what happened behind the scene.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once everything is done, you have the keys.
You make it sound so simple, but we know there's a whole lot more that goes into it, and sometimes holding deals together as we often do. So what are some common mistakes that buyers, tend to make during this process?
Waiting too long to start.
Okay.
And they don't get pre-approved early in the process.
Okay.
And they looking for homes that above the budget. What they
That
can
is so
afford.
common.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And also they buying or making live purchases before closing.
Oh,
So I've seen that. I
yeah.
have one of my clients we were clear to close, and then the morning before closing, he went and bought a car.
So my word.
And the credit, whenever they pull the credit, the trigger the lender. At that point, I was a real estate agent,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Nope, we
Can't do it.
no."
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good to know. Very important.
Absolutely,
Very
yes.
important.
Mhm.
So, how does today's market affect buyers? I think that's something everybody really wants to know.
You know, amateur right now is improving, which give buyers more options.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
But strategies matter. Pricing, negotiation, financing structure, whatever what you do, does play a role in what definitely you as a buyer right now. Because you have a chance to basically get a
Get a
good
good tip
product.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so too. So, what's the next best step for someone who might be listening?
Well, starting with start your conversation. Call Ken at 843-900-1254. We'll have a conversation with you to make the process easier for you.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Awesome.
So thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate the time today. I know it was not that long, but I'm sure you will find value in the information that we share with you today. If your goal is to own a home and live in your dream home, call us or send us a message. We'll be more than happy to assist and guide you to the next step of the process.
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.